thank you for tuning into this new episode of Joe's Backyard, where today my brother John is preaching at New Life with a special message. Wait, what are you preaching about again?
I'll be speaking on Christmas, the shepherd, the wise man, and the manger.
What a great topic. Now, come on with me as we go to New Life.
Good evening, everyone. You may be seated. Now, first I would like to start by thanking you, Pastor, for the opportunity to speak tonight. Second, I would like to thank you all for being here. You could have been asleep. You could have just said, oh, it's Sunday night, I'm not coming, But you're here, so thank you. Now, first, let me take you through my week. Last Sunday, I was told, I'd be given the opportunity to speak. And I thought, oh, is Christmas? Speak on something Christmassy? Oh, easy, done deal. But then Monday came when I started thinking, so what am I going to preach on? So I realized that every idea I had already been copyrighted. It was common knowledge. And everybody had heard it. Okay, so I was getting a little sad. Oh man, every idea, that'd be good. Oh, no, I heard that last year. Only just talked about that last Sunday. So I was just thinking, oh man, I was just getting a little of that, thinking of all the great Bible characters that I've heard about so many times in the many messages I've heard of the Christmas story. And I was thinking of the shepherd, visualizing them, tall, young, maybe less young, man. And I said, whoa, started to visualize the characters. It came to me. I said, I might be on something here. See, when I think of a shepherd, I think of a tall, older gentleman, nice beard going, robes, a hood on his head, a cool, raspy voice, hello, young man, that kind of thing. And the wise men, I see a less tall, rounder gentleman, nice robes, his colorful silk, with the vocabulary words, how hilarious. You should use such peculiar words in your story, William. And the manger, I actually saw something like this when I thought of the manger. 4 walls, enclosed building, sort of like an outhouse, just outside of the home, where the animals are kept. And I thought, if I asked someone else, would their vision line up with mine? So I did. For shepherd, I got old guy with a cane. Wise men, I got short, fat guy with a beard. And manger, just a stable with animals. Okay? So it came to me. Okay, maybe I could just give some good facts to help us all solidify our visualization of the characters in the Christmas story. So, that said, if I were to ask you a question, you could get any job in the world and not have to worry about pay. Don't worry about pay, just assume you get $100 an hour base, just minimum, okay? Any job in the world, and it's guaranteed. You just sign your name and you got it. What would you be? I would be a dog trainer, okay? Now, if I was to ask this to someone back in Bible times in a city, believe it or not, the answer would most likely be a shepherd. Not for money reasons, okay, but for moral reasons. People from the hectic lifestyle of going here, got to pay this person, got to get paid by this person, got to go over here, got to pick this up, got to drop this off, and that's in the next hour. People who live that lifestyle envied the lifestyle of a shepherd, someone who was outside of the city limits, the calm, spacious atmosphere they were involved in. But the big problem was money. So that's why, socially they weren't really anything to brag about, But I wanted to understand that it wasn't, oh, he's a shepherd. Wonder what went wrong in his life. No, it wasn't that bad, okay? So, with that said, what exactly did a shepherd do? This was, the Bible laid this out pretty well for me. A shepherd's job is to protect the sheep from predators, wolves, bears, lions, things like that, and to, lead them beside still waters and to make them lie down in green pastures. That's the shepherd's job. Literally to take them to place, allow them to graze the field to field to field. Okay? Now, let's get back to the Christmas side of the shepherds. So Luke 2:16 says, "And they came with haste and found Mary and Joseph and the babe lying in a manger." Okay, so we all know this. But I want to point out that they found Mary and Joseph and the babe lying in a manger. Okay? As opposed to the wise men who in Matthew 2:11 says they found a young child. Okay, this tells us that the shepherds came to Jesus first. Now, what's the significance to that? I see. Well, the book of Revelations 13:8 tells us, "And all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him, whose names are not written in the book of life of the Lamb slain from the foundation of the world." This is pretty cool. So, he was the Lamb from the foundation of the world. He was the Lamb first, okay? So the shepherds had to get there, check him out, make sure he had everything he needed. He was going to be strong enough to make the journey that he was appointed to, that he was going to have to go through. Okay, the shepherds had to come first. Okay, and then the wise men later, we'll get to that. Okay, right now. So we know a little bit about the shepherds, got some background. So the wise men. So the three wise men, or the three kings, I'd like to point out first that the Bible doesn't say there were three. Just say wise men came. So we think three because they came and brought three kinds of gifts. Gold, frankincense, and myrrh. Okay, but that's not necessarily a fact. Now, who were they in the community? Good question, Joel. The wise men were not your average Joe, okay? They were not just some other guy. These guys were the big boys. They were highly respected, highly educated, and high class, okay? Now I'm not talking about respected like, "How you doing, sir?" No, hold the door open. I'm talking everyone in the community knew who this man was. Knew who they were. And even people of completely different race and religion respected these wise men. Okay? Now, real quick, I want to take a look at, now that we know a little bit about the shepherd and the wise men, morally, who they were and who they were in the community, I want to take a look at the goodness of God. Okay? We have the shepherd, the average working day after day after day, just making what we need to live, not much excess, just the working class, okay? The shepherd, the humble shepherd, can come to Jesus. People like me can come to Jesus. I don't know, I'm not going to say that we are day-by-day people. I'm not going to put that on you all, but people that are of humble roots, backgrounds, can come to Jesus. And not only the low of the low, but the high of the high, the respected, the popular, the educated, and the high-class people can humble themselves and come to Jesus too. Pretty neat, okay? But back to the wise men, okay? What did they do? Good question, William. Wise men in this day, we would call them astrologers, They study the stars. But not study the stars, like we would. Come outside, look up. It's a beautiful night. Beautiful stars. For 5 minutes and don't come back outside to look till the next year. No. These guys, that star Euphrates is in that position at 6:53 on the 10th of December. These guys were really precise in studying these stars. They were really good, okay? So when there was a new star in the sky, something's not right here. This does not make sense. This star should not be there. This star either I missed something. No, that's impossible. That star has never been never existed. So I gotta find out what's up. Goes, Herod. Now the thing was that the star was in such a position in the sky that the wise men knew, okay, wait, let me see. No, that's not just any old star. It just so happened that that's in the position that it would need to be in the event that a king was born. But not just any king, the King of Kings, the greatest king to ever walk on this earth was born. We got to find this out. Comes to Herod, we know that part, okay? We know that part, correct? So I like that. So now we know, shepherds, they were lower class, but they weren't terribly just disgusting. Another thing I'd like to add on the shepherd account is that there were two main ways that you would be a shepherd. Either you were a younger sibling of a family who had sheep, and you'd just be in charge of watching the flock, in which case you wouldn't get paid. Or a rich man who had tons of sheep would hire someone to look after their sheep. So you actually would get paid in most cases watching other people's sheep. So facts. Are we getting a better understanding on what these people were like day to day? Now the manger is going to be much quicker. Okay, I just want to show a map of what it would have looked like in the city. Because in the city is the only place you would have had a manger. Because the manger was for people who lived in the city who didn't have land to allow their animals to graze. These were people who had to have their animals in one spot all of the time so they can just get them and eat. So it's, this is the classic manger scene, but the manger was more of a part of the home. Quite literally, actually. The manger would have been in the ground floor of a person's home. And the people would have to go upstairs to be in the family room, sleep, eat, fellowship, all of this stuff. But the ground floor would be the manger. So I want us to understand that it wasn't just the outhouse way over there. It literally would have been like house, bottom floor manger, okay? It's not somewhere out in the middle of nowhere, okay? So they weren't secluded, most probably. Now, here's a really cool thing. I like this. So there's a Jewish tradition. When someone was going into labor, they would go in their room and everyone else, the whole family, except people who were helping, would be outside of the house. And they'd be waiting until the report came, boy or girl. Get this. If it was a girl, everyone would quietly walk away. It's a girl. Wow. Wasted my time. Should have came out. But if it was a boy, they would rejoice, storm the house, and just party. Wow. Now, Jesus didn't miss out on this celebration. Okay? When the angels told the shepherd that Jesus was going to be born, the king. The angels, God's side of the family, put up a little party. And suddenly, there was with the angel a multitude of the heavenly hosts praising God and saying, "Glory to God in the highest, and on earth peace, goodwill toward men." Okay. So I hope we learned just at least a little something about the shepherds and the wise men and the manger scene. I just hope we learned a little something. And thank you for lending me your ears. Thank you.
Ooh, well, after a good teacher like that, you deserve this food, buddy. Ooh. Well, thank you for watching the newest episode of Joel's Backyard, where John taught a great message on the wise men and the shepherds. Thank you for watching. Be sure to subscribe, like, and share our videos. Thank you.
Hello, and thank you for watching. My name is John Pollard. Please check out our YouTube channel, T-Shirt Bible Studies. Also, check out the links below. Everything down here witnesses the name of Jesus, as well as a message on what it takes to be born again. Thank you. Subscribe to the pages, share the videos, and give us some thumbs up. Thank you so much.